television local channel in St. Lucia. Catch your favorite movies, intriguing documentaries, chart-busting music videos, and the ever-compelling midday and evening edition of the Hot 7 News, all in crisp, high-definition quality. Welcome to what TV should be in this era. Welcome to Hot 7 TV, now on Flow Cable, channel 117. Spread the word.
In the headlines, government eyes regional partnerships to tackle crime, and government agencies reinforce collaboration with stakeholders on snakebite prevention.
Quick and easy, top up your card. No bank account, you get a pass. BOSL, my freedom card. To play.
I can peace of mind, secure and safe.
With BOSL, my freedom card.
My money, my way.
With BOSL, my freedom card.
Take a chance. Get your tickets. Place your bets. You can be the next Super Jackpot winner of $220,000. Get your tickets today.
Good day, it is Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. I am Daniela Edwin. Welcome to the Midday News Edition. Whether you are tuned in on Flow Channel 117, Kiss FM, Hot FM, the Caribbean Hot FM mobile app, the Caribbean Hot 7 TV Facebook page, or our YouTube channel, Caribbean Hot 7 TV. Not forgetting those of you using the Hot 7 plug-and-play antenna, thank you for joining us. Covered in blood, badly wounded and pleading for her life, a woman in her 40s says she fought to survive an alleged home invasion and violent rape at her home in View Fort. She alleges that 4 men posing as police officers targeted her in the early hours of the morning, turning what began as an ordinary night into a violent struggle for survival. Now recovering from her injuries, she is sharing her ordeal in the hope that those responsible will be brought to justice.
A woman is counting her blessings after surviving what she describes as a terrifying home invasion in the early hours of Monday, August 3rd, 2026, when 4 men allegedly posing as police officers forced their way on the property. The woman said the ordeal began at around 2 a.m. while she was changing clothes. After deciding to get a glass of water, she allegedly heard footsteps and voices before coming face to face with the intruders.
The individuals, someone said to me, this is the police. And I said to him, what did I do? They said they come for a search. And I said, but I've done nothing wrong. How come the police want to search my house? And before I knew it, they both opened into the door. At the same time, there was a young man who was wielding a cutlass. And when I saw that, he grabbed me. And when he grabbed me, I grabbed him at the same time. And I jumped outside. And he tried to chop me. And my hands is chopped all right now. I have several chops in my hands. I cannot even shift my pinky finger because it is unable to bend forward. He dragged me into a field of potatoes. And he started beating down on me.
She alleges a violent struggle broke out and spilled outside the house, where one of the men reportedly assaulted her with a cutlass, leaving her with multiple injuries as she fought desperately to escape.
And the young man continued struggling with me and beating down on me severely, and I'm trying to escape from him. He tried to grab onto the cutlass. I took the cutlass again, and when he pulled the cutlass from me, my other hands got cut tremendously. Before I knew it, he was on top of me having his way. He punched me in his face. Before I knew it, I'm there drinking blood. while this man is punching me and he's having his way with me, he's telling me not today. He's asking me to have a relationship with me. And I'm not having a relationship with him, and I'm just the cutting style on him. So I'm getting what I deserve because I think I have style. What I couldn't understand what was going on. He was having his way with me intimately, and I'm begging him to get off of me, and he's screaming at me, "Stop there because he's going to kill me." He hold me onto a chokehold. And I'm screaming and I'm begging him to leave me alone.
She further claims another suspect was allegedly armed with a gun and instructed the others to drag her back inside the house where her disabled child was also present. Fearing for both their lives, she pleaded with the men to stop.
So if that woman tried to run, shoot her. I tell him, please drop me, because he hold me by my hair and trying to drag me and bring me back into the house. Because I was meters away from the house at that time, because I had already sighted him and I'm rolling down into the people's potato field on the other side of my house. The young man stood by me with the gun on me, and I said to him, please do not kill me. I have a disabled baby in the house. I've done nothing wrong to none of you. I don't even know what is going on. Please let me go. You have a mother, you have a sister, and I'm bleeding profusely. And I stumbled back and I fell, and I'm trying to run away from him, and I ran away.
The woman eventually managed to break free and ran to a neighbor's home where emergency services were immediately called. She was taken to hospital for treatment where doctors assessed the full extent of her injuries.
I did not have time to see the injuries I had until when I arrived at the hospital. I have a big gash in my face. I have a serious deep cut in my face. I think he had rings, and when he punched me, really bad. He punched me all in my head and in my face. I have a cut in my leg. I have several cuts in my hand. I have another cut on my arm.
Still trying to make sense of the attack, the survivor says she does not know why she was targeted, but remains grateful that she lived to tell the story. As it stands, the police are investigating the incident. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
St. Lucia is looking to Jamaica's crime reduction efforts as it continues discussions on strengthening its own crime prevention strategy through policing, social programs and rehabilitation initiatives. Minister of Crime Prevention Jeremiah Norbert says the government is studying lessons from Jamaica's approach, which combines law enforcement with social interventions.
Minister of Crime Prevention, Honorable Jeremiah Norbert, says the government continues to engage with Jamaican authorities, noting that the country's progress in reducing major crimes followed the implementation of several policing and crime-fighting strategies. He says Jamaica's approach combined law enforcement measures with social interventions, lessons St. Lucia is also considering as it develops its own crime prevention strategy.
So we're in direct conversation with the Minister of National Security, Dr. Horton of Jamaica. We've spoken to him about the model that they've been utilizing in Jamaica. To be honest, it's not something that happened overnight. It actually took some serious doing before they got to where they are. And along with it, they had measures. There were also quite a bit of social measures and social intervention measures that it's been utilized in Jamaica. So as we speak, we're in dialogue, constant dialogue with Jamaica.
The minister says the government has invested in crime prevention initiatives, including community-based programs aimed at addressing the cause of criminal behavior. He adds that a recent review of local crime trends and public concerns has been completed, with recommendations now being considered for further action.
As we speak, the crime prevention, we have two officers working here, a research officer, two research officers, Dr. Montel Felix and Dr. Johnny. Dr. Johnny is also here with us, Leonard Johnny, and they submitted initially, they were reviewing the statistics and the crime trends, and I guess the general perception of and fear of crime in St. Lucia. So they would have done some work with Bodily Correctional Facility, with the public. They've gathered the data, they've analyzed the data, and now they recently submitted a document on my desk for review in terms of some of the programs and policies that they believe that we need to implement. You will be hearing public announcements from us probably during the month of September.
Norbert says another major focus is rehabilitation. He argues that too many former inmates return to prison within months of their release, highlighting the need for stronger reintegration programs to reduce repeat offending. The minister says government is also working with the private sector while placing renewed emphasis on rehabilitation programs within the Bordelais Correctional Facility.
I did a visit of the Bordelais prison last week, Wednesday before. I can tell you we've revitalized the farming program. So you'll see the inmates working on the farm, the poultry. We've set up the poultry system again. The piggery is well ongoing. We've set up a rabbit tree, and all of that is happening at the facility. More than that, you have inmates. I saw quite a few inmates working in the tailoring section. So the industries unit at the prison has been quite a bit just to get those individuals ready for the world of work upon emitting or upon release from prison.
While the government has not yet detailed which elements of Jamaica's approach could be adopted locally, officials say more information on St. Lucia's evolving crime prevention strategy is expected to be announced in September. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
Residents of Hope Estate, Graceview Fort say garbage has gone uncollected for nearly 2 months because collection trucks cannot safely use the badly damaged road. They are urging authorities to repair the roadway and restore regular garbage collection as overflowing waste continues to create health and sanitation concerns.
Residents of Hope Estate, Graceview Fort, say they are frustrated as overflowing garbage and worsening road conditions continue to create daily challenges. Residents say waste has been piling up because garbage trucks can no longer safely access the area due to the badly damaged road. According to residents, the garbage contractor advised that the road is in such poor condition that taking the truck through the area could cause further damage.
The garbage collectors said the road is too bad, they cannot drive up there because it's mashing up their truck. It's really a cause for concern, and for years we've been crying about that road.
They claim household garbage has not been collected for nearly 2 months, leaving bins overflowing while stray dogs tear open bags and scatter rubbish across the neighborhood. Some families say they have resorted to covering their waste or taking it elsewhere for disposal.
It's going on 2 months since the garbage hasn't been collected. Bins are filled and overflowing. Dogs are making a mess with the garbage. Residents have to find other ways to get rid of the garbage, including throwing it over a cliff.
Residents also say they have repeatedly raised concerns about the road over the years, but have seen little action. They argue that the failure to repair the road is now affecting basic services and leaving them feeling neglected.
Our cries fall on deaf ears. For lack of a better word, I'd say we feel neglected. In fact, neglect is the understatement of the year.
They are calling for urgent road repairs and the immediate resumption of regular garbage collection. I'm Christabel Obi reporting for Hot 7 TV News.
This is the Hot 7 TV Midday News Edition. There is more after the break.
Ready to sing it out? Every other Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. Bring the energy to the ultimate blast karaoke night. Shower singer or stage legend. If you've got a voice, the mic is yours. And the vibes stay high. From old school classics to today's biggest hits. Step up, sing loud, sip, drink specials, enjoy tasty eats, and win big with Bingo! Blast Entertainment Center, corner of Chisel and Brazil Street. Upstairs, the new Starlight Building. So warm up those vocals, grab the mic. Blast Karaoke Night. Big notes, bigger wins.
Get ready for another evening of spectacular performances at Blast Karaoke Night on Wednesday, 12th August 2026.
Looking for the best way to advertise? Stop searching. Hot 7 TV gives you more reach, more impact, and more value. Get your business in front of the right audience and watch your sales soar. Don't miss out. Call 452-6040 today and take advantage of our exclusive advertising packages. Hot 7 TV, smart advertising for smart businesses.
Welcome back. Government agencies and national partners met to discuss snake bite prevention, environmental management, and public safety while advancing plans for the community's snake handle pilot project. The initiative will include a cleanup activity at the Tetshime Community Center in Millet on August 11th, with officials stressing the importance of cooperation between agencies and residents.
On Monday, August 3rd, 2026, government agencies and national partners met at the Forestry Conference Room to discuss matters of snakebite prevention, environmental management, and public safety. The meeting advanced preparations on the Community Snake Handle Pilot Project, which includes a community cleanup action at Tetshime Community Center in Millet on August 11, 2026. Representatives from the Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Health, St. Lucia National Trust, and other stakeholders were present, convoked by the Ministry of Forestry and Land Resource Development. Permanent Secretary in the Department of Agriculture, Brady St. Ush, underlined that success depends on effective collaboration between agencies and communities. He also stated that the agencies will contribute skills based on their respective competence.
The success of this initiative depends on effective collaboration across government and with our communities. The Forestry Division will provide technical leadership and program coordination, while our partner ministries and agencies will contribute according to their respective mandates and areas of expertise.
Conservation Officer in the St. Lucia National Trust, Merlin Murray, noted the pivotal need for public awareness and education on the different snake species found on island.
A lot more education, public awareness needs to be done regarding the snake species in St. Lucia. A lot of people are not able to identify. Now, many people may say, if I see a snake, I'm not going to look to see what type it is. I will just look to kill. But sometimes trying to kill the snake may be more detrimental to you as an individual. So I think, again, public awareness is very critical on knowing our different snake species in St. Lucia.
Senior Officer in the Ministry of Health, Dr. Delphina Verno, reminded the public that the treatment following a venomous snake bite is anti-venom, which is only administered at our hospitals.
The Ministry of Health wants the public to know that the definitive treatment for snake bite from a venomous snake, such as the Fudulus that we have in St. Lucia, is the administration of anti-venom. However, anti-venom use comes with specific measures that need to be taken to ensure that it is done safely. For this reason, we in St. Lucia administer antivenom only at our secondary and tertiary care facilities, which are our hospitals, the St. Jude Hospital and the OKEU Hospital at the Millennium Heights Medical Complex, as well as Tapia Hospital. Giving antivenom in those facilities ensures that you have the supporting services that may become necessary during the administration process. Persons may develop severe allergic reactions which can result in death. As a result, you need to have your ICU support, you need to have your specialists, you need to have all of the resuscitation medications. There are many things that you need. You need lab services. These components are only available at our hospitals.
Senior Environmental Health Officer in the Ministry of Health, Glenda Etienne Sipal, also highlighted the correlation between environmental sanitation and vectors and the presence of snakes.
One of the things we understand is that, for example, rats, the increasing the presence of rats is what would possibly attract the snakes into a particular area. And from a vector control standpoint, we are going to bring our expertise to the ground, to the Millet area, so that we can provide that level of assistance from an environmental health standpoint.
The project supports the government's efforts to protect public well-being, preserve St. Lucia's natural environment, and strengthen local resilience through coordinated, research-based solutions. For Hot 7 TV News, this is Ethne Brown reporting.
The St. Lucia Starline Bus Drivers Association has launched a nationwide back-to-school initiative aimed at supporting communities across the island by providing assistance to students and families as they prepare for the new academic year.
The Starline Bus Drivers Association is lending a helping hand to families by launching a back-to-school initiative to assist students ahead of the new school year. Association's President Sherwin Ferguson said the program is intended to ease some of the financial pressure on parents while helping children return to the classroom with the supplies they need.
Starline Bus Drivers have been helping out the different communities, and come the week before school, the 29th, we're going to go out to the different communities and help students in need of school books, school supplies in the different communities.
Drivers from across the island have joined the effort by collecting donations along their daily routes. Special donation boxes have also been placed on participating buses, giving commuters the opportunity to contribute. The association says it has already identified families in need and plans to distribute the donations just before schools reopen, ensuring students are better prepared for the start of the new academic year.
Most of the bus drivers, you'll see a piggy bank. They have a red, they have a green piggy bank. We just ask the commuters to just put a donation, a small donation. It can go a very long way in helping a child go back to school in September. Those drivers in the respective communities have already identified, some of the students in need, because as drivers, they know the persons, they know who are in need, and that's how we have made our selection. All around. So come on the 29th, we're going to go out and give those students back to school needs.
Ferguson said the association continues to grow and had plans for additional activities for the remainder of the year.
We got to go out and help the needy again. We got to go out and on cleanup campaigns. There's a lot of big things happening coming up in this coming year for the Starline Drivers Association. A lot.
Starline drivers commenced their trips on August 29th, traveling to communities across the island to provide assistance where it was needed. For 7 TV News.
St. Lucians are preparing for the annual La Rose Festival, with celebrations already underway and more events planned in Vieux Fort, Dennery and Morshy throughout August. The Cultural Development Foundation says efforts are continuing to keep the tradition alive while encouraging young generations to embrace the island's cultural heritage.
St. Lucians are getting ready for the return of the La Rose Festival, a treasured cultured celebration. Activities have already begun, with one of the Flower Festival's events taking place in Dennery, followed by celebrations in Vieux Fort on Saturday, August 8th, another event in La Brie on Saturday, August 22nd, and the final activities on Sunday, August 30th. Communications Director of the Cultural Development Foundation, Kendall John, said La Rose remains an important part of St. Lucia's history, and efforts must continue to keep the tradition alive.
We have to, again, reiterate to St. Lucia that the flower festivals are very important. They predate emancipation. They have been there hundreds of years, and we have to appreciate them because they are unique to St. Lucia. At this moment, we are in discussions with UNESCO and with the Flower Festival societies to ensure that they are inscribed on the Intangible Cultural Heritage List of UNESCO.
He added that attracting younger generations is key to ensuring the festival continues to be appreciated and carried forward.
The Cultural Development Foundation is actually looking at different ways to get the younger persons involved. I must say we do see the young ones now getting involved, especially the princesses, and you see the princes and the children. When you speak to them, they actually enjoy it. But I mean, who doesn't want to be a king and a queen, right? So we just think we got to continue to keep the movement alive and find fun ways to get the children involved, because of course, if youth are not included in the culture will die.
John also outlined plans for the upcoming celebrations, including major parade activities scheduled for Dennery and Morshy, as the island prepares to honor one of its most beloved cultural traditions.
This year in Morshy, we have the usual ceremony in the church, of course, and then, of course, the parade in Moshi and on the field. So definitely it'll be the same style that people have come accustomed to, the grand style that Laos does their celebrations. And of course, we're asking all St. Lucians to come out and enjoy, and if not participate, well, be a spectator in your culture.
For 7 TV News, Josiah Bisset reporting.
We've come to the end of the Midday News edition for today, Wednesday, August 5th, 2026. Join us again at 6:45 for the Hot 7 TV Nightly News. Until then, have a spectacular day.
From your desk to your lunch table, whether you're on the job or taking a well-deserved break, get the top stories and breaking news all in one place. Join us Monday to Friday at 12 p.m. for Hot 7 Midday News, bringing you the latest headlines from St. Lucia and around the region. Stay connected, stay informed, only on Hot 7 TV.